everybody. I don't know what's going on with my microphone system, and I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I think they're being kind of funny. Um, anyway, I hope everything is well. And of course, the weather keeps changing, and then, of course, the fog outside, and Mother Nature throwing a hissy fit. Of course, you saw the volcano erupting over in Iceland. Those poor guys. This has been going on close to 2 years now for them because the volcano's acting up over there. So, hi Nancy! How are things in Wisconsin? Here it's now it's foggy and let's see, 47 degrees, dense fog advisory. So we're gonna get sucked in again. Um, so anyway, it's gonna be kind of fun. It's been kind of cold this morning. Oh come on, my mouse is acting up too. Um, why is it always? Hi Nancy. Oh okay, sorry, I already said hi. uh, I woke up with a nasty sinus headache this morning. I'm not feeling very good. Sunny and 43. Oh wow. Can't see the sun here. We're stocked in by fog. Um. Anyway, on to other things. Guess what? It happened yesterday by surprise. The Colorado Supreme Court came down and said Trump is not eligible to be on the primary and the presidential ballot. Period. Hi, Carol. Um. So, he's out of luck for Colorado because it's one of the bigger states for the Electoral College. The Colorado Supreme Court disagreed with the appeals court and said no. They says any officer, which means includes the president, may be deemed ineligible if he committed crimes and everything else. Well, yeah, I hope other states will follow too. Um, they should. They should just give him a big boot. He's already lost so much cases. Trump just needs to say, you know what, let's give up and I'll declare guilty and then move on. This is what he needs to do. But knowing a narcissist that he is, he won't. He won't admit that he's done a lot of wrong. And all these rallies, these so-called rallies that he's having on the campaign trail, he's saying all these stupid and insane things. He's not focusing on what he said what he could do for jobs or anything else, like all the other candidates are doing. When they promote, you know, it's like when you're on a campaign trail, you're showing your resume and showing reason why you should be elected to that job. I don't think he understands this. All he knows about is breaking the law. That's all Trump knows about is breaking the law. And he doesn't know how anything works, okay? And I've run into a number of people that that are narcissists that refuse to learn that this is how things work and this is the way things are, and they get the tough end of the deal when they realize it doesn't work for them. They have to follow what's established. Knowing him. Anyway, I'm glad he got given the boot off of Colorado. I really do. Now, I couldn't understand quite what Christie was saying. I don't know if you heard his reaction to this. Yeah, right. That's what he wants is revenge, and that's what his niece said. He was trying to do revenge, while growing up, and he got the revenge from his grandmother by she dumped a bowl of wet noodles all over his head. Well, she said the noodles were kind of bad to begin with, and she dumped it over on his head and told him to shut up. She wouldn't put up with his antics, his grandmother. So, hey Dusty, how you doing? How things going? Um, Glad you're on. There's 3 viewers. I like to have more viewers. I like to have more likes. What I really need. Um, I'm still trying to. It's a long, slow process. I'm trying to figure everything out over on YouTube, and I got 58 subscribers over there, but I need more people in order to subscribe in order to go live over there. Okay. Ouch. My hand has been acting up today. It was mashed potatoes. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, also he basically caught his brother's death too. You know. But his niece was saying that she was laughing so hard when that happened. She was just like, because he didn't like being laughed at. Well, he's got to learn to put 2 and 2 together. He's got to be a little bit more aware of his surroundings, which he wasn't. So, as far as the meddling in his cases, he's making things worse for himself by pulling all these stunts, and he knows he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose on all those cases. He is. I'm sorry to say, the guy's an idiot. Excuse me. Correction. I am not sorry. But the only candidate I really like is President Biden. He's got a work ethic. Ah, that's so funny. Yeah, and all the the late night talk show hosts like Stephen Colbert and uh, the other guys, they've been picking on him. They've been really giving him a bad time. Been really roasting him. Um, President Biden, he kind of laughed when they. Oh yeah, I like Jack Smith. I mean, I wish I had him as a lawyer in a number of things. Um, he knows how to. Jack Smith knows how. Um, I hate it when I lose my train of thought. Um, he knows how mafia bosses work, and Trump is acting like a mafia boss. Okay, he's gone after people with RICO cases, nationally and internationally. So he knows how they operate and everything. And he's going to lose. He's going to be in jail. I was suspect by spring earlier summer, he's going to be in jail. And what gets me about these other news outlets saying, oh, well, he's going to be president despite all this. And I go, you guys are being delusional. Once he's lost all his cases and their felony cases require jail time, he will be in jail. He will be in prison. And he will lose his businesses. He said he'd leave it to the courts, yeah. But deep down, President Biden knows that Trump was an insurrectionist and saw what happened out there. Because Trump was the one that was egging on these guys. It's all on film. Okay? It's all there on video. What Trump was doing. And he can't deny that. So, yeah. So, I like to see him lose both that, his businesses, and his, I think there should be a number of defamation suits against him, too. Oh, speaking of which, did you see what happened to Rudy Giuliani? He got smashed with 148 million with dollar defamation judgment against him. He has to pay the 2 Georgia election workers those amounts. Okay? And they said Ruby Freeman, or not Ruby Freeman, but the prosecutor there, Georgia prosecutor, I forgot what her name is, is that he can't file for bankruptcy on this. He has to pay this. They know where everything he has stashed. So, and President Biden is smart. He's saying, yeah, leave it up to the courts. So, let's see, anything else? Have you guys heard anything else of what's going on outside of Trump losing big time? That's the only time I ever seen him be on the campaign trail. I noticed the other outlets are not focusing on Christie or anything else. So, also I mentioned earlier about poor Iceland and what they're dealing with. Also, over the... Yeah, and they're filing, and get this, Dusty, they're filing another lawsuit against him to shut him up. And you think for a former prosecutor he would know this, you know? But I think alcohol has basically addled his brain so much that he's not thinking straight. And yes, he's being stupid. You know? Letitia James, she doesn't play around. I bet she's shaking her head at all this. And Rudy had fallen down so far down the slide, if you will. Yeah, Dusty, I saw that. Yeah, he was in Iowa, and they said the crowd there was very, very tiny. It was really small. They said it was like less than 100 people there. So you could tell that his base is basically whittling away, falling away, and they're leaving him. Trump should just shut up. He should just withdraw from the race and just shut up. Because he's not going to have presidential immunity at all. Okay? And the Supreme Court is supposed to rule on that soon. And because Jack Smith, of course, being 20 steps ahead of him, wants that ruling on it. So, he doesn't have presidential immunity. And I wish they'd just stop Yeah, that's right, Dusty. And you know what? They need to tell him to shut up. He's on a gag order. And he lost that appeal on that too. They said no, the gag order will stay in place. So. Okay, well, I'm fighting somewhat of a sore throat. I'm fighting a sinus headache. And of course, you saw my posting on Facebook that my keyboard is acting up. It's being intermittent. And so I'm in the process of looking for a new keyboard. Now I'm going to Amazon to get a new keyboard and do a wired in keyboard instead of a wireless. And I had this wireless for 3-4 years now, and so I think it's starting to give out. I just don't want it for me to go on when I'm in the middle of typing something and just quit working altogether. So that's why I'm looking at getting a new keyboard. Now, I had a little saga over the weekend. I had to replace this phone, or not this phone, but another model like it. The other model, with the A54 5G, they did an update on it, okay? Well, I could not get into the phone. And it was so locked up so tight, it wasn't even funny. Samsung couldn't unlock it. And I go, well, you guys need to make it easier to unlock it, and stop all this other crap that you're doing, and stop saying it should be Samsung devices or other compatible devices to integrate with. That's what they should do. Anyway, yesterday I went to Xfinity and for them to try to unlock it, and they couldn't unlock it. So the store manager suggested that I exchange that phone for this new one, which is working perfectly, by the way. And he said, wait until the auto updates happen on it. Now, my daughter has never had problems with her auto updates on her Samsung phone. She's able to get into it. But I did change the, when you log in or, unlock it, I did change that. So it's easier to not having to worry about pins or anything else with it. So anyway, with that saga, but I've been having to make payments on this now because since I had to exchange it. They know I paid for the other phone completely, but there's some little thing in there. But anyway, I don't really care. It's just as long as I'm paid for, I have insurance on it and everything else. When the battery dies on that phone, I will turn it into Insurian, who does also recycles. And I said I will give that phone to them and they could wipe it, and I'm good. No, good. I'm keeping my Stylo 5 just in case for backup. So, it's been kind of a rough week on this. So, and then replacing my keyboard. Anything else? I'm still studying. They're making new changes into YouTube on some stuff. I'm going to see what I could do to spruce up my thing, like add music and do better editing and everything else with it. And see where they go to get, like their cards and everything to add into that. And see if I could, do that on my blogging. Because I want to spruce up my channel a little bit more and try to bring in more subscribers and everything else, and try to earn money through it. They're working on trying to make it easier for those that want to earn money. Oh, another thing too, real quick, before I sign off. I don't know if you guys heard. Google, hi Linda. Google is required to pay, what do they say, 700 billion? 700 million or 700 billion, somewhere in there. Anyway, they're required to pay those Epic, some of the games, the game company that puts out the games, especially the apps. And what Google was doing was making the app creators, costing them a lot of money, okay? They were not being fair about this. Anyway, they lost the case, and it was deemed a monopoly, and the government says, yeah, they need to start playing fair and start playing nice. And so all those that used Google Play, especially doing games or in-game apps and everything else, and charging people vast amounts of money, those that did in-game app purchases and everything else that do play games online, they will be paid back. So I don't know if I know I did purchases the last 2 years. So who knows, I might get a certain amount back. We'll wait and see. So I'm glad they're finally going after companies that do try to monopolize or corner the market and say, no, you gotta play fair. And if the companies don't like it, well, then they should not be in business in the first place. Simple as that. Another quick thing down at the Mexico border, including Abbott being an ass, he should be removed as governor. He should be given the boot. And I understand he's up for re-election. I don't know if he's up for re-election next year. Now, if any of you live in Texas, I know some of you don't, but some of you live in Texas. Now, does Texas governor have a term limit? Or is it, whatever they feel like they don't want to run for re-election again? Now, this year, my Governor Inslee, he is not going to run for re-election next year. He wants to spend time with his family, his kids and his grandkids and everything else. So I don't know who our new governor is going to be next year. I really don't. But I don't want a Republican. I want a Democrat to stand there. And my state's mostly Democratic anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off and get an Advil, get something to eat, and just try to shake this whatever I'm fighting off. No, it's not COVID. It's, you go outside, or it's, you pick up something in the air when you walk, and it could be either cold or whatever. So you guys take care. I will post this on my YouTube channel. And let's see, anything else? And be sure to insist, persist, and push back. And I'll try and see you on tomorrow night at John's family meeting, Blue Dot family meeting. So take care. Love you all. Okay? Bye-bye.